This video is going to be a lengthy video of almost 2 hours or more. So have patience as I have tried to consolidate every single information which you want as a business owner when you are starting out and you're looking for the free information. Look for the timestamp below where I have organized everything. The idea is that you come here and find almost everything you need. And most importantly, please note that I'm sharing my experience. You must use your judgment and consult professional when it comes to corporation. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to do this word which is made up of letter and symbol, how that entire thing works. So that part will be taken care. And federal incorporation, again I am repeating, it's $200, and then for the word name, additional $13.80 for the name thing you will be paying. This is directly when you're doing on the government website. In case you want to look for an alternate where you end up paying less than what you would be paying here, I've made a separate video and I've also shared an affiliate link. By using that, you will be paying significantly lower amount than what I'm showing in this video. This video primarily focus on everything what you do on the government website. So let's continue. And assign number is free. Once you go through this, click next. So you come to validate your contact information page where your name, telephone number and email ID you're confirming. And once you confirm, you click next. We come to this page. What type of business are you incorporating? Here select business incorporation and then come down and click next. Now we are on this page and you can see here there are 10 steps which are involved to incorporate. What they are, you get to see here. Okay, you can go through at your own time. We'll be going with a custom incorporation where your corporate word name will have something like how it is. Okay, and if you're looking to go with an numbered incorporation, which is the quickest and the easiest way, you would still be able to do watching this video. Only thing is that you don't have to go through the corporate name option here, going through the nuance report. Once you select basic incorporation and go next, you will be taken to all other process page. So I'm selecting custom incorporation and then clicking next. You will come to step 2, which is nothing but again asking you whether you would go with a word name or a assigned word. So you don't have to worry about the pre-approval corporate name part of it. When you go with the word name, as part of this process, you will be given that nuance report. So this is the change from earlier. Earlier, nuance report was a separate thing. You had to bring it and then do with the rest of your process. Now they have streamlined and they have made it part of this entire process. So click on word name and next. And in this part, you see what does your corporation do. Add your business activity for better result. This is a drop down, a long list of services which are mentioned here. If you are a hairdresser, just type hair as a keyword and you will get to see the drop down. Go and select the closest one which you think is your case. For example, you are into trucking, type truck and you get the. If you're into food industry, just type food or any closest keyword which will guide you with options what is available. Now in my case, I'm into cyber security consulting. So I am writing consulting. So all this I will be going with management, scientific and consulting service. So you also have this option here. If you have a system design related service, then I'll be going with this. Once this is done, add additional information about your corporation's activity below. Now you know your business better, what you're going to do. Make sure give as much as input as possible. If you're not able to make precise, you can use tool like ChatGPT, come up with just closest to what information you want to provide. There are many tools online where you can find what kind of business activities particular business do. You can pull that information and see what defines your business. Okay, here I've shown what online activity is. I have not mentioned any company name yet because the next step I will be going with that option. What will be my company name? Basically, this gives an idea that company employs AI-driven cybersecurity solution, safeguarding Fortune 500 client, their digital asset through cloud platform and virtual assets. Becomes easy for the approver to go through and find. This is the offline activity, and then incorporation of AI, that what AI does, that also I have mentioned. So once this is done, right, click next. On this page are your customers. I have chosen targeted segment. There are options between general public, targeted segment. I'm selecting targeted segment and then also providing additional information. You also have an option to choose nobody. In case you're not, then better to choose between any one of them. So here I have given information that my clients are from a diverse sector like finance, healthcare, technology. Anybody and everybody needs cyber security in today's world. So I have defined that and then where are your customers using internationally across Canada, and you can choose all options if you want, or you can just choose the closest match you find. Then you come down and click next. Come to this page where choose one or two names. Come down, you see one name, either English, French, or Amai. Here the example for English only is given. Okay, go hairdressing in, and for the French only, have name French or a combination, which is a combination of French, English, okay, or two separate names where one name in English shows like this and the other one shows like this. So I'm selecting one name, that is I'm only going with the English. If you have to go with English, French, or combinations, two separate name, you will have to select accordingly. Also, if you have Quebec, please go through this, and this is selected. Click on this page. You choose your corporate name. I'm selecting English only. You can select between the options what is presented here, English only, French only, or a combined, and then come down, click next. Here on this page, you are made aware of what is an effective corporate fee. So it usually has part A, part B, part distinctive term, descriptive term, and legal. Okay, so just go through this, the examples what is given here. Distinctive term, what makes it distinctive from other businesses, and descriptive term basically gives part of your business, what business it is, and then the legal element, limited corporation. Here examples are given, so you can look at this. This is the legal part of requirement. After the descriptive name, what legal element the example is given. So you go through this. Next, on this page you will give your name, have in mind, and I have given my name. Here, make sure to write your proposed word name exactly as you want it to appear on your certificate of incorporation. You can use uppercase and or lowercase. So I've just written like this. If you want to change this to uppercase or lowercase, you can do that. Sometimes you'll be in for a surprise that whatever name you have been thinking already exists. So that's why little research into what name you want will go a long way in this issue. So once you click here, identify the distinctive term. Here, CypherStoke Consulting, this gives both an idea that this is a cybersecurity company and is into consulting. So this is the best I am trying to do from my end. And how did you come up with distinctive term in your proposal name? Drop down, you have this option, choosing others. In the tell us more, I have written company name delivers top tier cybersecurity solution globally, combining encryption. That's why this name Cypher, and advanced defense technique trope for clients' digital protection. Here you see a legal element in corporation limited does not count as a factor to establish association. Okay, so once this is done, I will go with search. Based on my proposed name, CyberStoke Consulting, I'm shown that how many entries already existing which has something similar. See here, Master Stroke Consulting, this is registered and act. So you get this entire list, and what I'm doing here is going and checking if any of them have similar name like what I did. So you will be able to do this once you come to this part. And once I have checked, nothing matches with CyberStoke Consulting. So consulting is quite a common name. CyberStoke, you see here, none of them have that. If you come across any similarity with the proposed name, what you have, okay, so go through this. Here it says, if you did not include a descriptive term in your proposed name, add a descriptive term, help reduce and prevent confusion by using the button below. This is the one, change your proposed name, where you can go and tweak name what you are proposing to make it distinct. Do a web search to establish if there could be confusion with similar business or trademark based on location, product, services, industry sector. Confusion can occur, change your proposed name. Make sure you do this process, keep your name unique. If not, go with the proposed change of name. Coming down, let us know if you have ordered previous nuance report or registered a similar name or trademark. In most cases, you will not have this, so your response will not be yes. Okay, so if you already have, you will give a consent to eliminate fusions. This is done. One more thing I'm doing here is going to snip this, whatever name I'm pairing name my company with. I'm snipping this and bringing this to a Word document on 5-pack. And once this is on the Word document, this is not a mandatory thing, just doing as an extra caution and give detail. I'm saying CyberStoke Consulting is a unique name and does not match with any existing name in the data. So this is the database which I have pulled, okay, and I can make this into PDF by just doing save as PDF, and I will save this. Come and click next. Supporting document section. Here it says please upload any relevant information that may support your post. So I created that PDF where I'm saying I have done the search and I don't find any match the name what I am proposing. Now there are situations like if you own a business with the same name registered provincial, then you will have to submit any provincial certificate or license of your business. That way, they will know that it is you and they have to give the same name. It will be easier for. And if you're using other similar or identical business or organization name, submit consent letter from these corporation. So this is a sample of consent letter. I would not get into this. This will not just delay my business, but having business name similar to someone else, I will be able to build a brand long term. That is my consideration. And here in the document explanation, I'm going to upload PDF. This is the PDF which I have uploaded and attached. File is attached now, and then I will click next. This is the corporate payment summary. As you read, we'll have to do a payment, $13.80, which will be done through these cards. Okay, so review the name, select review, and then come down. Make sure your search criteria is correct. Again, check, recheck, cross-check. Business activity, what was entered shows here. And then for the corporate word name, payment of $13.80. Proceed to payment. Here on this page, you enter your card detail. You select the card type, and remaining things you will see from your card, and then click submit. So as you can see, once the transaction is done and the card is approved, you will receive the receipt with nuance reservation number on your email ID, which you had entered earlier. So your invoice number, authorization code, transaction date, and receipt has been mailed to the email ID. Now it says keep going to finish incorporating. And also it says you must submit the rest of your application for us to review your name. So this nuance report, you can see here, it is valid for 90 days only. So whatever name you have sent it, you have almost 90 days for you to finish your application and get done with. So if you don't use this nuance report, the name what you're suggesting, again, you'll have to go through the process, what we saw just. Next, so we come to step 3, and here we complete the article of incorporation. Here, the first thing is province or territory of registered office. This will be from the drop down. I am selecting Ontario as I am in Ontario. And then description of classes of share. Here I have selected one class of share. Remember, this is a single person corporation which I'm showing. In case if it is more than one party, then you would have to seek a professional. And restriction of share transfer, none. Minimum and maximum number are not changing anything here. Down, restriction on business, keeping it none. Then other provisions, none. Then come down, incorporators. Here the incorporator, add individual. Here that one person, that is you, that name will come here. Okay, and every corporation must have at least one incorporator. The incorporator individual must be at least 18 years of age, not bankrupt, not capable. Okay, so will the add individual detail. Here you have this autofill option. Once you come and click on the autofill option, automatically it will fill the name. If you don't want that and you want to type, then you go ahead and do that here. So once click the autofill, then click add. Once the name is added, it will show up here, and after which come to effective date. You can change the effective date if needed, or you can just leave it as it is. So by default, we'll pick up the date which is as on today. Once this is done, next, register office address and board of director. Here for the office address, what it says, include name and address of director as well as your corporation's registered office address, even if it is a residential address. A lot of you had question. You can give your residence as the registered office address, so you should get answer from here. So once you enter your registered office address, you can type in here, and by the address, it will automatically show you the location. And once you select that, here it will auto-populate, and you can check, recheck, and cross-check for its correctness. Here, should general correspondence for Corporation Canada be sent to different address? My response is no. You can select between yes and no. If you want this to be sent to some other location, then once you select yes, you will get a drop down for address where you'll have to give the address. Here my response is no. And then first board of directors, Once I click here to add director, here for the new director as an autofill, name will automatically reflect. If you click on autofill, first name, middle name, last name, here in the add new director, you will again get an autofill and select autofill, fill in your name, middle name and last name. If not, you can fill in directly by typing here. And then question, is this director a resident Canadian? Here I am selecting yes. What resident Canadian is? Let me click here and show this to you. So this is the definition of resident Canadian. Go through this. Straightforward, okay? And if you don't meet this, then you see here at least 25% of the directors must be a resident Canadian. So if you are not permanent resident and Canadian citizen meeting this subsection, in that case you will not be able to go with the application unless you have any one of them as director in your company. So I hope this helps you. Okay, close. If it is you, then you will be entering or repeating the same address what you had given earlier. So once you type in the address here and select country as Canada, your remaining thing will auto populate. So once this is filled, and once the director detail is added, then comes the authorization part. Again, it's an auto fill. Once you click here, name will automatically come here. You enter your telephone number or your mobile number. So once this is done, click next. Now this part is to review, print and sign. So whatever you have typed, right, based on that, your article of incorporation draft is ready. You can go and download this article of incorporation and then initial registered office address and first board of directors. Both details be able to download and verify. Okay, once go and download and verify, then you come here, say I confirm, click next. On this page, individual with significant control. This is link on public corporate information. You can take time to go through this and then also read through this. Okay, this is a required section, and from these three options, what is here? Choosing list the individuals significant control over your corporation, which applies to 95% of the businesses. This is chosen. Click next. On this page, list individuals with significant control. Here, so I click here, add individual with significant control. You see here, you get this autofill option, which once you click, automatically details will fill in. You have to enter date of birth manually, and this is not in public record. It is a mandatory requirement. Once this is done, enter countries of citizenship. Again, this is not public but required. So if you are a permanent resident, in that case, you will choose the country to which you belong currently. And if you are a Canadian, you will Canada. Then countries where individual with significant control considered a resident tax. This is not public, Canada. And then shall address, to start typing in here, again show you the options. Choose from that option if it is within Canada. Otherwise you may have to in this detail manually. Once the residential address data has filled down, should a different address be made public? I have chosen no, which is a default. If you want to change yes, then the address detail will be asked. No, type of interest or control. Here once come drop down, select all controls or direct 25% on more of shares. Based on this selection, additional detail you'll have to fill: directly or indirectly held, directly held, individually, jointly, or in concrete, usually percentage interest. Now this is a range here, more than 75% of the share. You will have to select best option, what you think, this drop down. So more than 75% of the share here, then add. Now you see the detail has been added here and it shows control started. If you want to update, go and update here. If you want to remove, do that. That option exists, and then click next. So this is the review and confirmation section. Whatever you filled, you will be able to download the report and check, recheck and cross-check. Once you have done with that, click I confirm, then privacy notice, go through this, then click next. This is the reminder notice section, and here it says once incorporated, corporation will require file an annual return. I made a video on this. You can check this out. This will let them know you are still in this, and Corporation Canada automatically sends annual return reminder notice by mail to corporation at its registered office address or any address which has been requested. Now I have chosen email ID. It's very convenient, straight into inbox, and I don't have to worry about misplacing any of these deeds. So this is an optional thing. I have it with me. You can see if in your case select or deselect, or if you want to add any other email address other than what is mentioned here, go ahead, add, click next. This is the full access manager section. Here once you check the box, you will see your name, email ID, and then click next. So in this section, provincial and territorial registration, this is an optional one to register now. In my case, by default, Ontario shows up and there is no fee. So just go through this and select based on your province. And then you also have an option to register at a later time in any province or territory on the site. So if you go with this, you select proceed to payment. In my case, I'm select whatever I got by default and then clicking next. On this page, this is specific to Ontario. You can see here for any direct question about extra provincial registration, you have this phone number and toll-free number. Okay, and then fee, there is no fee for registration within the province of Ontario, and this I had shown you even earlier. Then once you come down, okay, you see here this consent is required and I'm choosing the first one. If you don't want to do that, then you select this, but then you acknowledge that you will still be required to file an extra provincial registration where the corporation carries on business using the provincial government services or an agent. So I have chosen this and then I click next. The last part is to do the payment of $200, and once that is done, your application is complete. You will get a mail like this from Corporation Canada that your request has been received for certificate of incorporation and your request identification number, and you can consult the service standard on the website, and also they have given the toll-free number where you can call and speak in case you have any concern. And within 1 or 2 days, you will get your incorporation certificate. So along with your incorporation certificate, you'll also get a certificate from province if you have done like me, and you also get a corporation number, corporation key, and anniversary date as the. So that's it, guys. When I started my first business, it was bound to fail from start because I did not have a business plan. Now, it's just not me. 90% of the entrepreneur fail in their first 3 to 5 years because they don't have a business plan. And I'm sure you don't want to be in the same boat. So in today's video, I'll show you how simple it is to write business plan, what all goes into a business plan, and how you can create your own business plan. So stay till the end. I promise you that you will be able to make your business plan with confidence. In case you're new to my channel, please go ahead and press the subscription button as well as do like and comment so that you keep getting on my future videos. I keep making videos relevant to you like this so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So what is a business plan? As the name suggests, it's a plan for the business where you create a roadmap for success for your business and comprehensively you document how you're going to grow your business, how the financial needs will be met, by when it will be met. It also acts as a guiding document for the entrepreneurs when you are seeking investor as well as creditors. So now coming to what all a business plan has. There is no set format. You can go for a long format, or nowadays lean business plan is in vogue where people document the entire business plan in 1 or 2 pages. You can go with any of the format based on your type of business. I will try to generally cover what all is in the business plan. So a business plan starts with an executive summary where you're trying to give, it's like a movie trailer where you're trying to give a glimpse of what your business is, how you intend to grow, where do you see your business in next, say, 3 to 5 years. It's more like a wish list, and it acts as a reference for you to go and check where you have baselined and how you have been performing against that baseline. So I hope this makes it simple for you. When I was writing my business plan, I wrote the executive summary towards the end once I had covered every other aspect of the business plan. The next point is the company or business description. In my case, here I covered what problem I'm going to solve, how I will reach out to the customers, what's the industry trend, market, those kind of analysis. You could also include description of offering, overview of industry trend, and your team's expertise, as well as the competitive advantage you have over others. So this gets covered in the business description. Next comes the market analysis. This is very, very crucial and important. Here you deep dive into market research and your business industry, competitors, geography, demography, and how it is being currently met. Now, doing this will give you clarity on your best customer. You want to spend your energy where you can go and get your kind of customer. In my case, it just did not give the clarity to me, but it also allowed me to take an informed, predictive decision. And that actually set me on success path for my business. And in case you want to convince the interested party, it becomes that much easier with all those details in place. Organization and management. Every business, every organization is different. So is the structure. Now here I showed what kind of organizational structure I'll be going with for my business, how I have my winning team and what all expertise they have. That is to give confidence on how I have built capability to go out and succeed. Service and product line, here just keep things simple. What do you sell? How does it benefit your customer? Here what is important is that you focus on customer rather than you. What value they will get and by when. Have these details and data to support the claim. What makes your product unique from other competitors, or what already exists? What is the differentiator, and the fine prints including pricing and how you have arrived at this pricing. The next part is marketing and sales. In this section, offer details of sales strategy, price plan, how the advertising or promotional activity will be carried out, showcasing the unique selling proposition and how to encourage or influence the people to buy. Basically, why should somebody buy your product or service? That gets detailed here. One thing in this last 3 years, I have realized is that people don't buy just facts. So try to connect with your customer at the emotional level. That is what going to make you successful. Now, next comes the operating plan. Here, detail on how business will be run, where the location would be, types of employee needed, inventory, supplies, and item needed for day-to-day operation will be given. Coming to the financial plan, remember, number 10 story. Bottom line result indicate the success or failure of any business. Also financial projection and estimate. This helps the entrepreneur, lender, and the investor or even stakeholder to objectively evaluate a company's potential for success. If a business is seeking outside funding, then providing this comprehensive financial report and analysis is critical. So many people get stuck here. What I'll do is in my next video, I will show you how I made a very simple financial projection, and I will also give you logic on why and how that has been made. So you will have that template also accessible for you to go and make your own financial plan. Now this has the income statement, which is profit and loss, cash flow, as well as the balance sheet. In my case, when I was working on the financial plan, I tried to oversimplify things for me and try to make it into phases. That way, I knew the financial projections, by when I would need what kind of funding, and what will be my cash flow, what will be my inflow, and by when I'll be making a break even. So I will spend some time and I will show you the working on how you can plan your finances and how you can work on that financial plan thing. So do watch my next video where I'll talk this about and take you through that journey. Now the last part is appendix. Now this is up to you whether you want to use this or not. In case there are things like rents, leases, licenses in place, managing stakeholders, all those things gets documented in the appendix. Before I end the video, here are few additional tips from my end. Spend time during the planning stage. It
might look over exhausting, but if the planning is done well, it will set you out on the right path. So research all information prior to writing it down. You might end up spending more time, but it is better to have your planning done trying to go and do the firefight. Be honest and stick to fact. No fancy words. Use charts, statistics, and list. It's easy to drive point. Having a mission statement will drive your point even better. It shows that you have set sight on your objective very, very clearly. Get it reviewed by a trusted friend. In case you still think that getting a business plan is difficult, reach out to me and I will see how I can help you. Now, as I said before we end the video, in the next video, I will show you the financial plan, how you can build your financial plan, and I will also be sharing a business plan template in the link in the description, which you can go download and try to make your own business plan out of that. I hope you found today's video useful. Please do like, comment, and share with your friends because good things are to be shared. Thank you for watching Canada Tried and Tested. For any business, one of the most crucial document is the financial plan. It gives you an idea of how the financial health of your business looks like, by when you can have your break even, how the financial roadmap looks for next few years. So in today's video, I will try to oversimplify the financial plan for you, and I will show you how you can make your own financial plan. So this is the financial plan summary sheet, and this gives you an overview of whether your business looks healthy or not. Now, for any business, there are two important factors. One is to give value to the customer, and second is to have a sustainable profit. Now, through this financial summary sheet, you will get to know whether you are heading in the right direction or not. If you're starting your business or you're already into your business, you can just go plug and play and see what is the outcome. And do comment and let me know. In case you have any question or you're seeking any help, you can go and find the link in the description to reach me out. In this financial summary, basically it shows the investment cost, what is required. Now what you get here is not the cost what you will be putting all at once. It's spread over many months, and it's in phases, but you get an overall idea of how much money you will require for your business to sustain. There will be owner's annual salary or dividend that also gets captured here, and then the year 1 and year 2 profit or loss. Once you understand how this has been made, you can go and make year 3, year 4, year 5 projection also very easily. So do watch the video till the end. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible so that it's fun when you're making this financial plan for your business. So what I'm going to do is I'll go in reverse order and I will tackle the manpower salary band first. Now, when you're having a business and you have a requirement to onboard manpower, you really want to know how much that will cost. There are many ways through which you can find today's internet age. Every information is accessible, at least the indicative. So you can go and find that. Whether you have 5 resource, 100 resource, 200 resource, what I usually do is I make it into level. So say there are 5 level based on the experience, productivity, and those factors. There will be the hourly rate, and these hourly rate you can just go and change whatever it is. And once you change here, you see all this changes automatically. So only this is the place which requires change. Okay, so don't touch these cells C to F, don't touch. Okay, and you see here this shows the per hour rate, and based on the per hour rate, if they are working for 1 day, this is going to be the cost. For a month, you will pay them the salary this much, and then per year this will be the cost to you. And overall, the real cost I have kept 25% to 40%. Why? Because there are considerations like turnover, training, absence, whether they are on contract or full time, contributions, compensation, insurance, office space, maintenance, and others. So you can just go and add any of the considerations you have in addition, and this becomes your plan. So this, I hope, is again clear to you. Now coming to the expense on resource. So the resource which will be working on your business, their per hourly rate gets entered here. This is a manual entry, and how much hours they will work in a week. Not everyone, say, in a business is working full time, so you plug in those details, per week detail, and then you get your monthly expense and yearly expense populated. If you change the per hour rate here, say if you make it 100 instead of 35, you see this changes. So it's as simple as, once these details are keyed in, you get the total payroll cost here, and this will go into the summary part of it, which we will go one by one, and this shows yearly expense. This is on the manpower. Now coming to the monthly expense. Okay, now there are things like marketing, supplies, legal, accounting, if you are consulting or taking mentorship and you're paying money, payroll, rent. So this entire thing again has an expense, and those expenses have been manually entered. Okay, so once the entries are made, you get to see the monthly expense. So this is going to be your monthly expenses. And now comes the expense for starting. As I said, on the day one, when you're starting business, you will have to put this expense in order for your business to start. It could be rent, lease, legal setup, marketing, insurance, salaries. You just go and key in the details. Say I have an office space or a space for which I pay $2,000 per month. Once I input this value changes. Okay, so this is my starting. On day one, I need to have this money to start my business. I hope this is also clear. Now we will come to initial setup. Basically, it's all consolidated from whatever entries we had made so far. Starting expenses 8,200, where it is coming from here. You see here, whatever entry comes here, that gets populated automatically here. Now monthly expenses comes from here, this sheet, whatever the total is. On that I have factored 3 months of cash flow. So once I know that, okay, I will have to have this much money as the investment cost, whether it is on the day one or during the course of business, this much money I will have to have. So this gives me an idea. Now coming to the revenue projection. Revenue projection comes from the product what will be sold. Say you have 10 category of product. Not all categories of product will be sold equally every month. So what are you anticipating? What is the number of unit you want to sell? Once you enter that, say you enter 6 unit here, okay, and you make an entry, you see these figures changes. Don't touch this sheet. These all have formulas, and it will give you the overall yearly projection. This 224,667 is reflecting here. Okay, so this shows you the year one projection. Year two is down. I will show that also. So whatever changes you make, you can make it here. So number of product you intend to sell each month, and what is the per unit cost, and what are you considering as a percentage sales growth. Not all product will have similar sales growth trajectory, and that has been broken down into month, so that you have some baseline to check the volume. In case you were intending to sell 6 and you have achieved only target of say 4, you know you're lagging behind and what you need to improve to reach the target. That way you're closer to your goal in terms of the business profitability. So once you make changes here, you get to see those reflecting overall here. Okay, so this is the year one. Year two, again this 10 product, what is the percentage growth you are looking for in the year two? You just need to enter that, and it will populate this entire detail, and that's how you get the year one and year two projection. So I hope so far it is clear. Let's go to the next, income statement. Now income statement is a consolidation of things, that is the product what is listed here. Okay, so this product is getting populated here automatically. You need not do anything, and it shows the total revenue. So in month one, if you're selling all the product what is listed, this is going to be your revenue. And in the expenses are getting picked from this part. So let me go back, and it shows the revenue, okay, the total revenue and the total expense. When you minus this, you get the net income. Okay, so based on this, the year 2 also shows you the net income, which is before tax. Now coming to the summary sheet which we had started with, again whatever input we had seen so far, that is auto populating here, and it gives you an overview of how the business.
Now you have to come to here GC key and click. So if you have question on what is GC key, it's a unique electronic credential. GC here stands for Government of Canada. Okay, and basically you create your username and password, and if you set question and answer, which is only known to you, and this will allow you to communicate securely with government's online services. Exception here is CRA. For CRA, you need a separate user name and ID password because of the nature of work, what happens with CRA. Otherwise, this one single GC key is sufficient to access any of the government's online services. So you'll go through the credential, how to set that up. That's what this video you will see. And once this is done, you are also assured by the government that this GC key service is not shared with any third party, and the information what you provide is held by Government of Canada, and it is protected under Federal Privacy Act. So it's a very secure medium to access the government's initiative. If you already have GC key, you enter your username and password, and if you don't have, you come and click here on sign up. Okay, once you click on sign up, in this page, terms and condition of use, you go through the entire privacy notice and then click I accept. I will not go into detail of this as it's a very simple process. You choose your username, okay, then you create your password, then you set up a question and answer which is only known to you, and you also have your email. Once you do that, your username and password is ready and you will be able to log in to the section. In my case, I already have a username and password. So once I click on GC key, here you see it's asking me to link the credential to my ISED account. When I had first done my incorporation, that time this was not there. This is a new addition later. So once you give your given name, family name, email and phone number and continue, you go to the next section. So here I'm selecting create my account and send me verification email, and then verify the email. So an email to verify and complete your my ISED account was sent. Please leave this browser session open until your account has been verified. So just keep it as it is. Go to your email and click on the link. So keeping this browser open is required in case you need to resend this email. If you haven't received the email, you check and then come back and you can resend the email. And that's the reason why you need to keep this as it is. So in case you get into this section when you have to verify your profile, it's a very easy step process. Your name, your email ID, phone number, those are the basic details. Once you have filled it, you have to go and click update my profile. Then is the updating of two-step verification. Once you click on update, here enabling one of the option will ensure that to gain access to your services, whatever option you choose, that will get first triggered before you can log in. So it is highly recommended to keep everything safe. You can choose any one of them and then it's enabled. Now that your basic profile is set up, you have to go and verify your identity, and for that you have to click get started. This is the verify your identity section. I will not go in detail. You can directly verify this through your Interact verification service, that is by connecting your bank account, that is Canadian bank account. You see here the list here, and if you don't have, you can take a photo ID for the verification service, that is provide a valid Canadian passport, driver's license or international passport, as well as selfie using your mobile phone. Okay, and the third option is you can go to the nearest Canada Post outlet and submit online application, generate the code, and to government issued photo ID, you can take that to the Canada Post outlet, whichever is the nearest. Now the easiest one is this. You choose whatever is convenient to you. I will go with this option because it's instant and it has to be personal, non-business account. Okay, so continue, you go and verify and then continue. So now you're all set up with your GC key. Your username, password is set up. Your question and answers are set up. You have also done your credential through either the banking service or by physically going to Canada Post and showing your 2 photo, and you're all set to now access government services. So once I log in, this is the My Service page, patent, e-filing, photo application. Coming to the fee part, and once the patent is done, this patent is valid for 20 years, which starts with generate the petitions. In today's video, you will get to know, in case you have an innovation which you want to patent, how you can do, what is the entire process, where to fill up your application, can you do it on your own, under what circumstances you will have to go with an agent, and what are the fee, how long the process will take, and how long you can retain your patent. So do watch the video till the end. So even before we start, for applying the patent process, one must learn about what can be patented. And for that, you will have to do a research. I'll show you where to find the research material and information. Then this will also help you to determine if you need to hire a patent agent or this is something which you can do on your own, and how to request for examination at filing. And once your application process starts, how this will be made available in the public domain. So all this, information you'll have to understand. So what can be patented? Something which is new. Your invention must be first of its kind anywhere in the world. For example, imagine you create a new kind of a bicycle that nobody ever has seen before. Useful, it has to actually work and have a useful purpose. It's not just a prototype. So picture a special backpack you design that can charge your phone while you walk. This is for one example which comes to our mind. Or a creative invention which needs to be a fresh idea or an improvement on something that is already exist, but not something obvious. Okay. So for example, think of making a toy robot that can backflip, which nobody has made before. And to get a patent, your invention must fit into one of these categories. For example, in case of product, like a new type of toy or gadget, for instance, special type of pen that can write on both paper and screen. Okay. Or a composition which could be a mixture or blend of thing which is a special recipe. For example, sports drink that gives you more energy. Or imagine inventing a machine that automatically folds used clothes neatly. I'm just giving you few of the examples. And it could also be a process. Basically, you have gone through some step-by-step process and you think this is unique, not done before, and this is something which is a completely new way of doing things. You can go and patent that part. So basically, you have to be first convinced that this is something unique, what you have done, and it has not been done before. And then you can do rest of your research. Now, when it comes to research, there is no one method to do research. First one, patents.google.com. All the link will be there in the description for you to go and check. Here you can come and type the product or innovation what you have. For example, I'm writing bicycle here, and it will give details of all the patents what's available on internet. Okay. Now, more refined search you give, you'll get the detail more precise. So this is one way to check whether your product or innovation is unique or not, or if somebody already has done patent with. So the other website is this website. Again, link will be there in the description. Once you come and enter the detail, you get to see how many results, and All this detail you can find here. Okay, so this is another website. You also have this website where you can do a search. There are multiple options: basic search, number search, Boolean search, or advanced search. For example, in the search criteria, once I have entered bicycle and I enter, you see here all the documents what's available here are shown. So I can go and find more detail about a particular patent. So you'll get to know this. And once the patent is done, this patent is valid for 20 years. This is one thing which you must keep in mind. If it is related to medical, this is the link to the website. It will be there in the description. Again, you can go and do your research. Here, there are almost 36 million citation. What you can find here, which is related to life science, any online book, and all those details. So you can come and do an advanced search, clinical queries, all those details you will find at this one singular website. Now, if it is related to engineering, then you come to this website. Okay, so you can do an advanced search here, just like how I showed for the medical. So these are the links, and all relevant links will be there in the description. You can go and check, and you must check whenever you're doing your research. So when do you need a patent agent, or when you have to, or you must hire a patent agent? This is very important, and listen carefully. If you are not filing your application and someone other than the inventor is, doing that filing, in that case, you must hire a patent agent. If you're doing on your own, you don't need patent agent. Now, there could be a situation where there are multiple inventors. If all of you together are filing the application without any external help, you can do on your own. If this application is not getting filled jointly by all the inventors, in that case, you will need to hire a patent agent. And then if there is a transfer of application that has been recorded with the office, even in that case, you will need to hire a patent agent. Now, just don't blindly go and give this to anyone. You have to first find if the patent agent is a licensed agent or not. And how to find? So this is the official website, College of Patent Agents and Trademarks Agent. Now, once you come here and click here on Find an Agent, this website opens, and any agent you're connecting with, they will have this ID. Okay. If you get their ID, enter that ID, and once you enter the ID, the entire detail will be shown to you, whether the license is in good standing or not, if you can go with them with confidence or not. You will see that. Or if you find their first name or last name, you enter that detail, you can go and search. Okay. So take time, go over it and see if the agent is licensed and in good standing. So this way, you have done your groundwork. Coming to the fee part, these are the fee. What is shown here: application, late fee, maintenance, request for examination, advanced examination fee, fee for continued examination of application, final fee, and then a reinstatement fee. So once you expand this, you get to see what the fee are. Okay. So here for this current year and the next year is only given. So every year they will revise and publish for the next year. So in 2025, you'll get to see what the rates are for 2026. So that way you get to see the application fee, late fee. Then once you come down, maintenance fee, basically for the second, third and fourth anniversary of the filing date, you will be paying either this fee, if it is this year, or this fee if it is a standard one. So we'll get to see all the rates here. Take time and then go through the fee part of it. Okay, it's a long list. So the link will be in the description for this. Now coming to the creation of patent application. So once you click here, create your patent application. Again, the link will be in the description. You come to this page where you can log in if you already have a GC key or you're a sign-in partner. So in my case, I already have a GC key with me. Okay, so I will log in with that. In case you have not created GC key, then you watch this video. It's a separate link where I've shown how to create your GC key, and it will take you through the entire process. So for the purpose of this video, I'll skip this. Otherwise, it's going to be too lengthy video and you will lose interest. So once I click on the GC key, I will enter my credential, username and password, which I have. If you don't have, then this is the sign up, which has a separate video where entire process I have shown. So once I log in, this is the My Service page, patent, e-filing, go to application. So here the system says that it has detected that this is the first time I'm using this application, which is the case. So before proceeding, this is asking me to check my address and all other details. Once I check that, I come here and click register to enable this application. To create a new application process, you click here and then you start with the application. To not make this video too long, I will not go through the entire application process now. It's going to take time. I'll make a separate video and I'll publish that once I'm done with mine. Meanwhile, you can see that for the application, these are the mandatory pages which shows this asterisk sign, okay, application, applicant, inventor detail, and then the fee part. And the entire application steps are given here. This is the entire application steps which has to be completed one by one, which starts with generate the petitions, where you select yes or no, and then title of invention, which you write in 360 maximum characters, and then you go with the application process. Since each patent is unique and the requirements are based on what you're patenting, I'm not going with the entire application process, but I'll show you what all details are getting asked in the application, and that way you know what information is needed. So each page I'm showing in detail to you. You will get to know what information is inside till the last. Whatever was filled so far, that will come as a review, and you have an opportunity to check, recheck and cross-check. And once everything is done, you confirm, and then the next part is to pay the fee. So friend, this is my YouTube channel, and you can see there is a tool called copyright. And I'll tell you why I'm showing this. Just a small story. Whenever I make a good content, I would see that within few days, someone else who has much more subscriber would just go lift, shift and make their own content. And here in YouTube, they have this beautiful tool where they show you how much of your content actually matches. And then you can just go and ask for removal. And that way YouTube is making sure that the original content creators' work is protected. Now, if you're not in space like YouTube, then you might be in for a challenge. For example, if you're a creator like musician, author, artist, filmmaker, photographer, designer, or even playwright. So in that case, you may want to go for filing a copyright. And this is what I'll show in today's video, how you can do that in Canada. For that, first you have to log into the government website and you would need a GC key. I have made a separate video on how to create GC key. If you have not done that, you can look at that. I'll skip this part and go directly to the website. Once I have logged in, I'll show you how the page looks like. So log into GC key, you will come to this page, and as you can see, this is copyright e-filing. Any application you file, that detail will be here. How many are in work in progress, if you have anything in the cart. As we fill the application, you'll get to see that. Transaction history, online help if you need anything, and problem to report. Okay. So to file a copyright application, basically there are two methods. Okay. You see here, application for registration of a copyright in a work, or of a copyright in a performance, sound recording, or communication signal. So we'll get to see both the application. And in my case, I'm doing a copyright for a software program application which I have developed to help with the decision making process using the artificial intelligence. So you'll get to see how I am doing that. Again, in your case, since it is case to case basis, you will have to go through your detail in the application form. I'm showing you how the application form looks like, what are the fees, those details you will get to see. So let's click here. How we are where the application form will be filled. So you see here, these are the application step: title, category, publication, owner, author, declaration, agent, review, and then you pay the fee, which is $63. Okay. So basically, title of work has a restriction of 255 character. So let me type it down. Title is written, and then click next. When you click next, it comes to the category. Okay. Whatever is shown here, these are mandatory section. So once we go to category, in this category section, you will choose the category to which you belong to. This could be one or more. Okay. So for example, in my case, it's just going to be literary because it's a computer program. So you will have to read through this and select the option, what is there in your case. And once you're done with this, come down and click next. Here you will come to this publication page. Okay. And here you will choose whether the work is published or not. So if you select yes, you'll be asked a question. Okay. Date of first publication, place of publication, that is country, city, province, and then you can click next. If you select no, then no such question get asked, and based on your selection, then you can click next, where you will be taken to the owner section. So basically here you perform a search for name and address of the owner, if it is individual or a legal entity. Legal entity is a company. So you will write the first name, last name. Let me come down. Once this is done, the next is enter the name and address of the owner. Let me come down. Again, here it is individual or legal entity. You choose that. First name, last name, country, address, city, postal code, telephone number, fax number. These are straightforward things. Then of course, email address, and you select if the owner is also an author. So in my case, I will select that and then save and click next. Here in the declaration section, you select whichever is applicable in your case. Just go through this. I'm selecting all 4. Okay. And this is a required fee. Once that is done, you click next. And this is the agent section. In my case, I'm selecting no. I don't want to appoint an agent for this application. So once I do that, click next. You will have to see if you want an agent or not. You can read this section. Once I click next, whatever was filled so far, that will come as a review, and you have an opportunity to check, recheck, and cross-check. And once everything is done, you confirm. And then the next part is to pay the fee. It's a straightforward thing, how to pay fee. I'm sure you would have done this online. So you just go enter your card detail. And once you are done with your card payment, your application process is complete. Now, in case you need any online help, you can come to this online help section and then you can see what help do you need. And that finishes the first method. Now let's look at the second method. I'll try to make it fast. Once you click here, so we come to this title page where we have to enter the title of subject matter as we did previously. And there is again, you can see limitation of 255 character. So once that is entered, the next part is subject matter. Here, this part is again different from the first one. You see here subject matter type, performer's performance, sound recording, communication signal. So you choose whichever is applicable in your case, then click next. So this owner section is very similar to the previous application. Okay, so you can do your search of owner type, individual or legal entity. And then once that is done, let's come down. You enter the name and address of the owner. Okay, so I'll not go over it in detail. Once that is done, you come, save and click next. Here in the declaration section, you have 3 here instead of 4, what we saw previously. So just go over it and select whichever is applicable in your case. Okay, it could be one or all, whichever is applied in your case, you do that and then click next, which is an agent part. If you are going with an agent, agent's credential will have to be entered. Now, if you have not watched my previous video, I have shown this website. The link will be in the description where you can come and check the public registry for the agent and its license. So once you are validated and you're confident you're going with the licensed agent, if you have selected yes, you enter the agent's detail. And if you're not going with the agent, you select no. And then the next part is to review and confirm. So when you click review, whatever you have entered so far, that will be shown to you. You can check, recheck, cross-check. And once you're done with that, you go and pay the fee either to credit card or various other option online. I'm sure you would have tried your hand elsewhere to do online transaction. It's very simple. Once you have done with that, your application is done.
Hi friends, in today's video, I'll show you how to set up corporate margin account with Questrade in Canada. When I set out to do the documentation, there's a long list of document to be filled. It was frankly very overwhelming. However, once I understood, it took me less than 45 minutes to fill the application and set my account. I will show you exactly step by step what I did, and I will also be doing a running commentary as we proceed with the video. So do watch the video till the end.
You see here, this is the Questrade website. I'm sharing the link so that you find it easy to go directly to the margin account. Please use the link which is shared below. And once you click here on open an account, these option comes, and here nowhere the corporate account is shown. So you have to click here, see more account type. Once you click here, this entire list comes, and here entity. Once you click here, corporate margin. So in my case, I have already opened an account, and to open an account, basically username and profile needs to be created. It's a very simple, straightforward thing. So I will not go into that detail. Once you click here and click open now, as I said, it's a 3-step process. Okay, and in my case, I will log in, but in case you are new, then you will have to continue. Okay, you see here account management, find forms. Once you click here, all the forms which I will be showing are available here. Let me take you just through this once. I click here, and here once you select organization, you will have all the form for corporate. Okay, so I will show you this entire thing one by one. Let's get back to here. You see right now we are here building the profile, and setup of account will be the last step. So in this I will start filling in details. Do you want to trade options? My response here was no. In case I want to change anytime, I can come and do that anytime. Okay, so you can read this. I am an officer or director and I have full authority to effect transaction on behalf of corporation. So I selected this and then I entered the name of the corporation and care of, that was my full name. Okay, so I will enter that. Okay, so once this was entered, come down, save and continue. Now we are at the participant section, and here I entered my marital status, account participants. This was auto populated based on what I had filled initially when I was setting up the Questrade account. Okay, so I will come down here on the role. You see here these details are required, and it shows right now these details have not been given. These two are added, but these are not given. So all I need to do is I'll have to go to this plus sign and select existing member. And once everything was entered, I check this box and then save and continue. Coming to the profile section, here country of residence is getting asked, and let's come down. In the residential address, I enter the residential address with phone number and email ID, date of birth. Further, once we come down, do you have account or trading authorization for any account with brokerage other than Questrade? I don't have. So I have selected no. Coming to country of citizenship, I have selected my country of citizenship. Social insurance number, that has been entered, and I clicked on the consent form. Okay, so that is checked. And were you born in USA? Answer is no in my case. Are you US person? No. Are you tax resident of jurisdiction other than Canada or USA? I chose my response and then I clicked I certify. Let me come down. Then I submitted government ID and entered the identification number. Now since I'm married, my spouse detail were automatically populated based on what I had entered earlier, and then my company's corporation detail, that was listed. And here, as I said, I am owning 100% share, so I entered that as 100%, and then I clicked save and continue. So while filling information, sometimes you might come across the incomplete information. All you need to do is just go and fill that up. Corporation country is Canada, so it's asking for jurisdiction. So I enter the jurisdiction, date of establishment. So I just filled the detail like jurisdiction as Ontario. I entered my date of establishment, business number, industry, and then for the corporation margin, control or trade in account with other brokers. My response here was no. Is the entity a tax resident of jurisdiction other than Canada? My response. And then I am the controlling authority. So that was auto populated, and then I check this box that I am authorized signing officer. Okay. So let me come down, and here I entered my business address and other details, and after that save and continue. Now in this job and affiliations, I entered my employment status, type of business, work telephone, job category, and occupation. I'm sure you would be able to do this on your own. Now let me come down. I entered the job title, the location of employment country, the address of company. Those details were entered, and you have option to remind later. Okay, and based on what I entered, I was able to go to the next. Let me come down. So for this question, my response was no. It's purely for business and my investment. So I selected that and then save and continue. I was asked some of my spouse detail which I filled. Okay, that's why it's showing incomplete. And then again for my corporation, details were asked. What were those details? So these were the detail, and my response was no. You can go and read at your own time and enter whatever is in your case. Let me come down. So once this was filled and I clicked save and continue, it took me to the financial section. So I entered my financials, and I am obscuring this from you for obvious reason. You can go and fill your details, and then I also entered the estimated initial deposit. So once this was done, save and continue. And on this agreement page, I accepted all three client agreement. Once I clicked here, page opens. Just go through this and click accept. Okay, and so was for all that was shown. So I accepted this agreement. If I don't accept, it does not go through. Again, on the shareholder communication, let me come down. I chose I do not object to you disclosing the information described above. Which security holder material do you want to receive? Here there are three options. You can choose based on your comfort. I chose mine. And then the preferred language for security holder material, I chose English. So once this was done, come down. Here I said I understand the information that Questrade has provided, and email address use, I clicked here. Then save and continue. In this review section, all I had filled so far is shown in a consolidated form. I'm just reviewing for the correctness, and that is what I ensured. And once that was done, I clicked the submit button. Once submit is clicked, you see it says almost there, and the next step is to upload document and then download some of the documents, sign, and then submit the document. So we'll go one by one. I have completed so far the account questions, and in the upload your document, government issued photo ID, one of the Canadian government photo ID I submitted, and that's why it shows tick. Article of incorporation, I just need to upload that. Once this is uploaded, this will also show that it is completed. And then coming to the download, complete, and upload these forms. So once you click on download all forms, you'll be able to get that 21 page document. I got that. Or you can go to the form section which I had showed initially, and you can download one by one. So once I will open that 21 page document, I will show you how I have filled each one of these. Okay, so let me go to the 21 page document. This is the 21 page document. Basically it has all the upload document which was mentioned, and what I'll do is I'll create a timestamp for each page where I'm either filling details or I'm doing a signature, so that you can toggle and you can come to a particular page to have a reference check done. So that way it will make the process also faster. Okay, so we are on page 1, and automatically the account number which was generated by Questrade, that got populated here, and that gets reflected. In case it does not happen, then this account number will have to be filled. In my case it was auto populated. So page 1 there was nothing else which was done. Let's go to page 2. So in page 2, understanding our agreement, there are two places where I did my initial and I wrote my full name. Full name was written below, and in the initial section I had done my signature. So two places this was done. Coming to summary of account, again Questrade account number was entered, account type corporate margin, then person name below is US person. Again it is getting asked, my response was no, and then I put my initial as well as full name and date. So page 3 had this detail. Okay, on page 4 account number was entered, and then corporation name, my corporation name was entered as it is in the incorporation document. And then here point number 2, any one of name of authorized officer, I wrote my name. So in page 4 this was the only entry which was made. Let me go to next. This is page 5. In page 5, in serial number 1, I entered my full name and then I put my initial. That's it. Rest of them were left blank. Let's go to next. Now we are on page 6. Here account number was entered, and then I, the undersigned secretary of, here my company name was given, name of the corporation, that was entered. And then in officer section, serial number 1, I entered my full name. I wrote my title which is there in my incorporation certificate, and then put my signature. Rest of them I left it blank. And on this page 6, let's come further down. Here in the director section, again serial number 1, I wrote my full name and put my signature. So this was page number 6. And let me go to page number 7. Page number 7, beneficial owners. Here again, I, the undersigned secretary of, here my company name in full was written, name of the corporation, and then the person name below is US person. My response was no. Then serial number 1, I wrote my full name, I put my signature in the signature section, and then ID type, here the government issued ID what I submitted, that was written. So say if I was submitting passport, I would write passport and the country name, and then in the percentage held I wrote 100%, as I told I am the only owner, and then the ID document number. So that was mentioned. So you can check whatever document you are submitting, that ID number has to be correct and that document type has to be entered correctly. So other than this, in page number 7 I did not do anything. Okay, let me go to next page. On page 8 at the bottom I wrote at secretary signature, I signed with my signature, and date I entered. So this was only thing what was done in page 8. Page 9, corporate certificate, account number, it was already auto populated. Then secretary signature, here I made my signature, and in the date section I entered the date when I am signing. Okay, so this is page 9. Let me go to the next page. So page number 10 is shareholder registry. Shareholder registry for, that is the company's name. Okay, incorporation name, that was written. Full name, I wrote my full name, my address, and I left number of share blank. Class of share I wrote as common A, and percentage of ownership 100%. Share issue date was the date of incorporation I wrote, and I had not done any changes after that. So that was entered. Now if you look down, name of authorized person, here I wrote my name, and role in the corporation as per the incorporation certificate, whatever that detail was, I made that entry. On page 10 itself, I made my signature and then the date. Corporate seal, I left it blank. Only if it is applicable, it was to be done. Now we are done with page 10. Let me go to the next page. Page 11 is personal guarantee. Okay, so I don't think I signed anything here. Let me just check once. So on page 11 there was no sign which was done. On page 12, guaranteed customer, here I wrote my full name in the name of guarantor. Address, I wrote the address whatever it is. Guaranteed customer, here name of the guarantor, I wrote my full name, I wrote my address, city, province, postal code, and the guarantor name above verifies that my company's name of the corporation, that was written, okay, in the blank section, and then initial of guarantor, that was my signature, and guaranteed customer account number, that is the quest rate corporate margin account number, that one was entered, which was on top of the page. So that entry was made, then dated this, whenever I was signing this, that date was written. Okay, so this is page 12. Let me go to next page. Page 13, in the guarantor signature I put my signature, and in guarantor name I wrote my full name. So if you look above, witness signature, that was left blank, and then address of the guarantor was my address, province, city, postal code, that was again my detail. Okay, let me come down. Page 13, that was the only detail what was entered. The page 14, IRS treaty statement. Now this statement I took a printout and it had to be hand signed. Okay, so so far document up till document number 13 I edited with Adobe PDF editor, and there I could digitally do my signature and enter everything. But for this form I had to download, that is take a printout and then do a handwritten signature. So now let me show you where all I signed. Page 14 to 18 there were no signature or nothing was filled. I come to page 19. Page number 19, here account number was auto-populated, and then name of the organization of the beneficial owner, that's my incorporation name, that was entered. Country of incorporation, mine is Canada, that was entered. Permanent resident address, that was entered, and then city, province, postal code and country. Mailing address, I left it blank. And then coming to the point number 5, US taxpayer identification number if required. Here the foreign TIN, that is the business identification number, that number was entered. Okay, and then if you look at point number 6, entity type, here I selected corporation. Let me come down, and since US and Canada has tax treaty, I selected for point number 7, the beneficial owner is resident of Canada. I selected that. As I said, after taking printout, I had to do this by hand. So I ticked this, and then in B again this was ticked, and I selected the most suitable one what was there for my company. So in my case, company that meets the ownership and base erosion test. This was what I filled, and let me come further down. The C was not entered in my case, and let me go to page 20. Again on this page 20, non-profit organization, active non-financial entity, and if we further come down, passive non-financial foreign entity. So this I had to choose carefully, and based on the business what I do, I chose active non-financial entity. So I selected this as the option after going through each of these I certify thing. So I completely read this and I selected this. So once I selected this, come down here, I checked, I certify that I have the capacity to sign for this entity. Okay, and then I wrote my full name, I did my signature and the date when I'm signing. So once this document was done, all I did was upload in that upload section which I had shown. So once the upload was done, it took about 2 days for Questrade to verify everything and get back to me with a mail saying now my account is active and I can fund my account, which was the last step. So once the funding is done, I just had to ensure that the funding goes from my corporate bank account. Once the funding goes to Questrade account, after that I can go and do the margin trade.
Now that you have registered incorporation, next step is to get the business number. This you don't get at the time of registration. But to initiate, you have to initiate this with CRA. Business number is needed for corporation income tax, GST, HST, payroll deduction, import, export, etc. Link is in the description, as I'm sure you would want to know more in detail about this. The business number is a 9-digit registration number that identifies the business, and then there is 6-character account identifier, which I will show and explain to you in detail little later. How to get it? Simple. For creating, you can use the link below to do this online. My preferred method was to call CRA over phone, and this number you see on the screen, this was the number. I'll explain why. Now if you do it online, you may have to wait for this number as it gets sent by mail as a physical copy. In my case, I wanted to get going from the start. So when I called CRA agent, not only I got help with the documentation for the applying of business number, after 1 or 2 days when I called back, I was given this number over phone, and physical copy, it took time to come. So a call to CRA really shortened the timeline. At least that was in my case. Now what information I had to share? On call I had to share my business incorporation detail, basically corporation's legal name, corporation number which is there in the document, and if I remember correctly, I also shared my SIN. And as I said before, the CRA representative was very helpful, and within no time my business number was generated. Now where do we use this business number? This is used for communication with CRA for annual tax filing return, any government agency, company you interact with, while invoicing customer, payroll, if you have employees, if you have GST, HST, import, export. Now this is also used for reporting to CBSA or customs in Canada on arrival or exit of good. I also remember when I was hiring employee and I had to go to an online job portal, I had to share my business number before they allowed me to post job, which is a good thing. Once the required registration is done, we can claim certain credit. The best person on this matter is a certified accountant who can tell you more on this, on what kind of cash refund you can get during your tax filing.
When you're running your business in Canada, you want to make sure that you have the right permit and licenses to run your business in a legitimate way. And where to find this information for free is today's video. I'll show you where you can find the information, where your specific industry or business, what are the requirements for the permit, licenses, whether they're required or not. All this information you'll get to see as I demonstrate specific businesses with which you will be able to do your own business and the permit and licenses what is required. You will also get to see where to approach to get this licenses throughout as I take you through the video. So once we come to the computer screen, you see this website, BizPal. The link will be in the description. And in today's video, I will show you some of the businesses. I'll take few examples and I will show you because I cannot cover all the businesses. In case you have any question or comment, please use the comment section. Your comment inspires me to find information and bring that in a very organized manner for you so that it's easy and straightforward when you have to go and do your stuff. And still, if you have any question, I'm not expert. I'm also navigating and finding information whenever it is possible. Just help me with the question, and in all my enthusiasm, I will go and find all that connects the dot. Okay. So here on this website, you see, you have a location and industry. For this location, you can go up till municipality. Okay. In case you don't know what municipality is, please seek a professional advice. Even if it means money, get a proper guidance. Just don't follow any random person like me on the YouTube coming and showing you things. Okay. It's very important that you know everything from the start that you're doing right. Now, when you come here on location, I will show you Toronto as an example. You can choose any other location throughout the Canada. So once I select Toronto, and for example, I choose dry cleaning. Okay. As soon as I type the industry, here you see dry cleaning and laundry service. Once I click search, here you have this browse activity, what all you need to start a business, and this further gives you detail for each of this section. Okay. So here, if you have to start a dry cleaning or laundry service, you need a business license. And these are various business licenses. Now, what are they? You will have to approach municipality for this. There are certain bylaw regulations which you need to know. And there would be proper inspection prior to opening and operating of business, and the business license request with a zoning review or certificate. You see, this detail is given here. Now, you also have the contact information where you can call and find further information. This is the easiest way to find reliably what is required for this business. Business number registration, if it is federal, I have made a video. It's very straightforward. You can just directly interact with CRA and they will give it to you in no time. How that is, I have shown that in video. You will be able to do that. When you do your federal incorporation, right, your provincial also gets taken care. Here, Ontario province, this will be automatically done. And this is about dry cleaning. Now, for example, you're going for a food business, the fast food. So you have here on the food, mobile food, cart or truck, and fast food. So once we come to the fast food, you can see here again, some of the things are very common here. Business number registration, federal incorporation, and then the provincial incorporation is also given here. For the food business, you would need a business license eating establishment. And once you click here, you get what are the prerequisite. A zoning review is required to ensure that your business activity is to be conducted in most appropriate part of the city. So for more details, what is the Toronto's Municipal Code of Licensing Chapter 545? You can go and check this information from here. And you also have a link to the online application form. Now, I did not have to go through this because my business is different. In case you have to go through, just you can do this on your own, and you would require license to serve food in restaurant or other eating or drinking place with seating. Again, you need to have further information. Just go to the contact information section and call up this number. They should be able to give you further information. Likewise, you can just change the location. Let's see British Columbia. Okay, British Columbia, and you can pick any location where you are. I'll pick this, and for the same business, you see nothing changes except the location where this detail will have to be got. So once you click here, business license, you're given the contact information where you can call and further find out the detail. And again, you must get a license before starting a business. This includes home-based businesses. So I'm not sure, by the look of it, it looks like in British Columbia, they are allowing home-based business for food. If you know, please let me know in the comment section. Cloud kitchen is a concept worldwide. Some of the countries I know, they allow the home-based cooking, which can be, delivered to customer through platform. You have this bylaw and regulation details here. And if you want more information, just click here. So government has given you everything at your fingertip. All you have to do is come to this website, enter your location and in industry, and you get all details what is required. Here you see managing and operating. If you click here, it shows music licensing and child employment permit. Okay. Business and professional service. Which ones are they? Here is the list. Okay. You have gaming license also, and serving, selling, exporting, basically liquor permit, special event, catering, food, everything is listed here. You just need to come to this website and find what is relevant to you. So it's super easy. In case you have any question, I'll be more than happy to guide you to the right resource, or if it is really interesting, I might try to get more information from my end and bring that content in front of you. So do let me know in case you have any question. And like always, please do like the video. That way YouTube knows that this video is relevant for people like you. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. There are many other videos in the list, which I'm sure will be handy for you when you start your business.
As a business owner, you might be in a situation where for a particular month or a particular duration, you may not have anyone on payroll including you. Still, as a compliance, you need to report this to CRA in form of nil report. In today's video, I'll show you step by step on how to file a nil report. And in case you have any comments, please use the comment section. In case you have not subscribed to my channel, please do that, as I keep bringing such informative videos, and I will be organizing everything on my website so that you don't have to go and find this information, which you can do it yourself. So stay tuned and let's get to the computer screen. We are on Canada Revenue Agency website, and you see this link. Once I click here, we are taken to this page, and here you see this one is individual account and this is the my business account for business partners, directors and officers of non-profit organization. So this is where I click, and then coming to this page, let me come down. Option 2, using CRA user ID and password. If you don't have a CRA online account, you can go and register. The process is very simple. You just go and give a user ID, password, then there are multiple questions to which you create answer and you register your phone number. You get the one-time password to that phone number. Since I already have created, I will click here, and on this page, this is the sign in page, enter the username and password, then click sign in. You come to this additional security feature preference where you have to give answer to the question which you had created. One of the question will pop up to which you have to give answer. Once that is done and you click next, you come to this page, and let me come down here. You click next, and on this page the phone number what you have registered, to that you will get the one time passcode sent either by text, call me. These are the two options. I select text me. Once I enter the one time passcode and click next, so now I come to my business account page, and here on the left section, navigation section, you see payroll. I have already created a payroll account, and so I will be going in there. If you have not created a payroll account, it's very simple process. You can just call up CRA on the helpline. They will help you with the setup. They will ask series of questions, and that way you will not go wrong. And you can also go and do this online. So in my case, it's already set up. All I need to do is to do a nil report. I will click on payroll. If you have watched my business number video, I said for the payroll the representation is with RP. So that gets seen here. Once I click here, this is the payroll page. You will be able to see your page. Let me come down. So this is the entire payroll section with respective links. If you want to file, request or register, if you want to view anything, and there are download reports, transfer of misallocated payment. So in today's video, since we are going to do nil remittance, I click here, and on this page, no employees subjected to deduction or business temporarily discontinued. This comes by default. So all I do is I will declare the month when the payroll is nil. So I will select the month. Say I have selected August 1st to 31st August. I click next, and once on this page, I just review everything and click I confirm. Let me come down and then click on submit. So once the submission is done, I get a confirmation number, what date I have submitted, the reason, from to, all those things I can see. And let me come down. Thank you for submitting your payroll remittance information to us. So that's it. That's simple to file a nil report.
Hi friends, in this video I'll show you how the T2 short return gets filled. I had made a detailed video on T2 nil report. Basically when you have no income coming in and no expense outgoing, that is absolute zero, you still have to file the corporate tax return and you can file that as nil report. In case you have any transaction, any money involved, then it will not be nil report. You'll have to go through complete detail. So nil report is when you have absolutely no incoming and no outgoing. Basically, your corporation has not done any business. So how that form will get filled, I'll show you. So this is the link which you can find in the description for your ease. And once you come to this link, here you have a PDF fillable and savable form. Basically, once you open this, it's a 4-page document and this is a editable document. Once you start filling in here and you save it, you'll be able to take printout or you can do a online filing. So Now, if you're doing online filing, these are the software. Again, the link will be in the description. These certified software, none of them I could find free. If you find any of the software which is free, do let me know in the comment. But I couldn't find any of the free software. So what other option you have when you don't have a free software is to send by post the T2 nil return. Now, based on your resident corporation, you see here, there's a long list, Alberta, Manitoba. You can go through this. If you fall in this geography, then you will be sending to Winnipeg Tax Center. And if you are in this geography location, then you will be sending it to Sudbury Tax Center. And if you are in any of these geography, okay, so go through this in detail, because you see here, you have some of the Ontario location also listed here. Hamilton, Kingston, Kitchener, Waterloo, Ottawa, all of these. Okay. So you will be sending then to Prince Edward Island. So this is the address based on where your geography is, you will be sending. And you could send this by post, Canada Post. You can have a tracking number, and that way you know it is getting delivered and it's getting processed. So this is about the where to send the document. Now coming to the T2 short return. To make this video short, I have already filled this form. Okay, so as I said, this is a 4-page form, and you have this detail who can use T2 short return. So you can go and read this at your own time. Okay, very simple English. You'll be able to read through this. And if you find you're not understanding, then taking a professional help will help you, even if it means money. Okay. So once you come down here, this is the page 2. Here, corporation name, whatever it is given in the incorporation document, same thing gets entered. Same is with business number. And then in this case, now we are in June 2023, when the corporate tax filing will be happening. And that is for the tax year end 31st December 2022. Now, you need to know your corporate tax cycle. If you don't know, you can just call up CRA and you will get to know when the tax cycle is. And based on that, the tax year end, you'll have to fill. So this is one thing. Now, when it comes to all these, heritable table, enter 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So as I said, there is no incoming and there is no outgoing. So all the entries here will be 0. Same here, 0. Okay. And then same here, 0 here. You fill all zeros. Now, when it comes to this page 3, you enter the business number followed by RC and the 4-digit number, which is there in your incorporation document. Then corporation name as in the incorporation document. Then address of head office. If it has changed, then the response will be yes. If it has not changed, then the response will be no. If it is yes, then the address will have to be updated here. Okay. City, province, everything. Same goes with the mailing address. If it has changed, the response will be yes. And if it has not changed, then the response will be no. And then if it is yes, fill the detail. Okay. So location of books and record. If it is different from head office address, here my response is no. The head office and the corporation office, everything is same. You see how it is and choose the response. If it is yes, then you have to provide the address. Okay. If not, then it will be no. So once you fill this, type of corporation at end of tax year. Now I filled in other private corporation. What is your corporation? You can come to this link. Okay. Type of corporation, you can come to this link. And here you have different type of corporation, and it clearly mentions what does it mean. Canadian controlled private corporation, all details are given here. When it comes to other private corporation, all details are given here. So based on what your corporation is, you can just cross-reference from here and then select what is applicable. Okay. Then this 085, I left it blank when I filled for the first time and I had not done any income. That time I had left it blank. Now, if you want, you can go and read this section and choose accordingly. In my case, I left it blank. Now coming to this part. Okay. So the tax year return is for the duration 1st January 2022 to 31st December 2020, that 1 year tax cycle. Okay. Has there been any acquisition of control resulting in application of subsection 249? Okay. So the answer is no. In case anything of this sort happens, then the response will be yes. So here the response is no. Is the date on line 061, that is this, a deemed tax year end according to subsection 249 3.1? My response was no. Is the corporation a professional corporation that is a member of partnership? My response was no. And then, is this first year of filing after incorporation? The answer you will choose, if it is first year, yes. If not, no. Okay. If it is an amalgamation, then you choose the appropriate response. Has there been a wind up of subsidiary under section 88? My response was no. Is this final tax year before amalgamation? The response here was no. Is this the final return up to dissolution? The answer was no. Okay. Now, net income, as I said, there was no income or outgoing, so it was 0, and that's why it's nil report. And the province, Ontario, tax installment paid, 0. And then if there is any excess payment which is done, you can indicate the refund code. So assuming that there is no transaction, this will be left as it is. Now, once you come down, this attachment section, I left it entirely blank. Okay. You can read at your own time. And then when it comes to additional information, is the corporation inactive? The response here was yes. That's how there was no income or outflow of money. And then all this was left as 0. Okay. So once this was done, if the corporation's major business activity is construction, did you have any subcontractors during the tax year? Response is no. If this return was prepared by a tax preparer for a fee. So if you are taking any professional help, then they will have the e-file number that will get entered here. So once that is done, there's the certification part where the last name is entered, first name is entered, and position, whatever the incorporation certificate has the position, that is getting filled here. And then date, you enter the date when you are doing this, and signature will be done after everything is filled and the form is filled. After that, the signature will be done. This is not a editable section. That's the reason it's not an editable section. Then you have your telephone number entered here. Okay. And then, is the contact person same as authorized signing officer? The answer is yes, if it is getting filled by you and you are filing. If not, the answer will be no. And then the authorized person's name and telephone number. So once this is done, the last part is language of correspondence. Okay. Language of correspondence will be either English or French. So if it is English, enter 1. And with this, the entire form has been filled. Okay. So you see here, this schedule 1S, then this form, which is the page 1, and then page. Once this is done, all you need to do is take a printout, review it, and then send to the address what is given here. Okay. So it's that simple. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Do comment and let me know your thought. Hence, when you're starting your business and you want to come with a unique name, one thing is you already have a name in mind, which is well and good. If you don't have, many of them, they try to figure out name which is catchy, which is easy for the customers to remember, and more importantly, it is available in digital space. So in today's video, you'll get to see how to find such a name. In case you already have a name, well and good. If not, you can take help of ChatGPT. Like I show you the prompt here. The prompt says generate a unique and catchy name for online tutorial platform. So here the business is into online tutorial, and the platform aims to provide high quality educational content across various subjects in a user-friendly format. The name should be short, memorable, and reflect the idea of central hub learning. So this is a brief prompt with which ChatGPT will come with name. If you are not satisfied with the name, you can go for revisions. You can just say come with 10 more names. Okay. So this is one way to generate name for a business. If not, you also have website like Namelix where you can enter the keyword, okay, and it will come up with some business name. And here you can choose an option whether you want to come with an auto or brandable name. So once you select these kind of details, okay, for example, I'm selecting this short phrase, then go next, and generation randomness, I'm choosing medium, and then next, then brand info, online tutorial. You can give more business description. I'll paste what I had written there and then generate. So here you see Namelix has given me various options, and it also has come with a logo design. Now I will go one step back and then I will come to this. What is that one step back? I will first go and check whatever name I'm liking from this, whether that name is available in online domain or not. So for example, let me show this extra help online. Okay. So extra help online. Once I type extra help online and I'm doing a search, here this website name checker, okay, the link will be in the description. It immediately shows where all this name is available and where all it is not available. So this is one iteration through which you get to know whether the name what you're looking for is also available in digital space. Many people, what they do as a mistake is they go for a name and then they realize that the name is not available in online domain. And when you have name consistency, be it with your business name, then your online identity, whether on social media or a website, it's easy for your customer, it's easy for your consumer to remember only one name. So this step is a must. Once you come and do this, you get to know whether your name is available everywhere or not. Wherever you see this tick, right, these are available. And wherever it's doing a search, it looks like either they're not able to find the match or that is not available. Wherever it is not available, it immediately shows as unavailable. So this way, you get to know your name or your brand name's availability in digital space or, and that way you're avoiding confusion even with the competition which is online. Now the next sensible thing to do is making sure that on the social media, you go and sign up with the business name, be it Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, WeChat, TikTok. All of this, make sure you go and sign in. That way, you know that now everything is intact and it is with your business. For website, I use SiteGround as a hosting and even the domain name. Domain name is an name what you have given to your website with an extension like .com, .ca, .in, .org, etc. So you can check this out. The link is in the description. By using that link, you can check out what they have as a discount and service. So make sure to check that out. And while this is done, the next step is to register your business. Okay, before we go further, this is Canva, which again, you must know. Here you have pre-made template for the logos. You can see here, you can customize just by going and clicking any logo which you like and then edit like how you do it in the PowerPoint presentation. I'm sure you would know about Canva. If not, you can come and try your hand. Here, you see all these logos, whichever shows pro is premium. You have to have a subscription. The one where it does not show, you can just go and edit the name. For example, once you select, customize the template, here you can just come and edit the name of your business. Okay. So it's very simple. You can check Canva too. And once you have edited your logo, you can just come and download. Your logo is ready. So far, whatever I have shown you is costing you nothing. You can do everything free of cost, whatever process I have shown till now. If you're trying to register business in Canada, then you can check out my video where a lot of people have successfully able to register their business by just going through this video. It takes not more than 30 to 40 minutes for you to set up your business, provided you have all the requirement. I have shown you exactly step by step how this is done. So this will also take care of your registration of incorporation. Then comes the trademark part. Again, for the trademark, I have made a video which takes you step by step process on how you can trademark your business and give a business identity with which you can go and compete with the world. Also, there is a dedicated playlist for business in Canada. You can see here. If you want to open a corporate trading account, be it a business plan, step by step, how to start a company on a budget, how to get a business number, and also filing your annual filing, which you have to do for your incorporation, that part, and then your tax return, which is a nil return in case you are not running your business for a particular year. So all this detail, right, is there in this YouTube channel as a playlist. In addition, on my website, I have organized everything for you to go and easily navigate and find what you want. You can check all of it, what is here, which is going to help you with your business setup. So friends, hope you find this video valuable. In case you have any questions, do use the comment section. If you have anything to ask, make sure to use the comment section and reach out. I definitely respond to the question like always. Thank you guys.
So you see here, for the change of business address, it has to be notified to CRA as soon as possible. Now, there could be different type of business addresses. This is very self-explanatory. You can go and read this in detail. Physical address, mailing address, books and record address, different mailing address for each of your registered business account. So you can do it online, you can do it by phone. So before you call, these are the requirement you need to have in place. There's the telephone number. If you're outside, then you use this, and if you are in these territories, you use this number. Also, you can mail or fax. Now for the online, one has to go to the My Business account. Once you click the My Business account, you see here, this is the My Business account. Here, CRA login. So you would have your login ID and password. Once you enter that, you come to this page. Okay, so you see here, this is the My Business account page where company's name, business number is given, and then you have mail, submit documents and profile. Any changes which has to be done, you have to click on profile, and this is where you can change your address, your notification preferences. You can change your address, your notification preferences. You can add or remove your email address. Okay, and let's go down. You want to add or manage your authorized representative. That can be done here. If you want to do a direct deposit to the CRA, you can go and use this. Okay, and the business number in your profile is given here. Then you have program and account name. Again, you can manage everything from here. Language preferences is also given to manage here. Your operating names, if you have, you can manage that. Your CRA security options, that also you can go and manage. You can manage your phone number. If there are any changes, you can go and do this. So these are all very self-explanatory. You can change any of these from the profile section. Okay, so now for the address change, once you click manage address, this shows the business number and business name, and then just go and update the address. Once I enter the postal code and I click next, here it shows the postal code, and select the new address from the list below. You just need to go and update the address here and then submit. Once it is done, your profile will show the updated mailing address. So as you see, the cost of filing is only $12. Now until last year you could just go for the file online option and fill in all your corporation detail, then go ahead with the payment. Now this year you have to create a GC key. This is one additional step which has been introduced, which you will be able to see in this video. So make sure you are watching this video. Once you are done with this, every year you will be able to do with very much ease. So as I said, first thing is to go and create GC key. Once you click on the file online, first step you will have to do is to go and create GC key. I will not go into much detail. I'm sure you would know how to create GC key if you have created one for your immigration or for any other purpose. So I'll leave that up to you. Here, if your GC account is already linked to an email ID, you will not be able to use the same email ID. You will have to have another email ID for this. So this is one thing which you must know. Once you go and create your GC key, you will be on this page where it says you're already logged in. So once you enter all your credentials, you will be directed to this page where you can see how much it cost for the services. So every service is detailed. You can take time to go through each service. Today filing annual return is what we are going to do. As I said, it's only $12. So you have to go and select that option, and once you click on that, you come to this online filing center. As you can see, annual return. Once you enter your corporation detail in search, you will be able to see the corporation detail as well as the business number. So once you enter that and search, you are shown the result, and you have to go and check the corporation which is in your name, the corporation name, status, corporation number, business number, and the registered office address. So if there is any change, it will prompt how you can do that. If there is no change, it's a very direct way of paying online. On the next page, you come to this page, and here it shows you have chosen to file an annual return for your corporation name, business number, registered office address, and details of director. So once you go and check everything, if there is any change, you can go and do that change. So once you go through this entire list and you see that okay, everything is correct, you go and click next, and you come to this page where you have series of steps. So as you can see, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are on step 1 where the contact information is getting checked, which is basically your name, telephone number, and the email address. So once you confirm that and click next, you come to step 2 where you are giving information on your annual return for the company. Here it will show the previous status. If you have already filed, that will be shown. If it is your first one, you will only be shown the year of filing as 2022, and then it will say due date as on the date. So basically the due date what gets shown here is your anniversary date, so that you will be able to see. And once you check that, so once you come to this page, you enter your year of filing. So in my case, the year of filing is 2022, so I enter that. Here you will also have to give the date when you have your annual meeting done. So that date can be mentioned here for the annual meeting, and after that you will be prompted this screen. If your incorporation is less than 18 months, then it says you can avoid or leave it blank. Self-explanatory. So once this is done, let's go. The annual meeting date, in my case, I fill that, and then type of corporation. Now this you will be knowing, In my case, it is a non-distribution corporation. I don't have to file document with Securities Commission, and I don't sell any of the shares on stock exchange. So between both, whatever is yours, you choose, and then you look at the authorization form where the name of the director will be shown, and that name has to be entered as well as the telephone number, and then you click next. Now coming to the step 3, which is to review, print and sign the annual return. Once you come down, you will get this confirmation page where you will be able to go and confirm your annual return has been signed by the name of the director, and you can read this caution. Once you are done with this, you click next. Now on this step 4, this is the annual reminder notice. Here you can set it up where you want the reminder notice to come, and once you're done with that, click next. Then the last process is to process the payment, and here, as I said, payment is for $12. Once you select the process payment, you will be prompted this screen. You cannot change your request. Once you continue beyond the screen, is your request complete? I say yes, and then it takes to the processing page. Here you have option to either do via credit card, debit card, or through Interact. So once you choose your payment method, you just go and finish with the payment. So once the payment is done, you get a order transaction approval, and this is for your record, as well as you would get this on your email that this is complete. So that's it, guys. I hope this video was useful. Do comment and let me know, and in case you have any more video request or any doubt, do use the comment section to ask the question, and I will try to answer to best of my ability. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Do share, and thanks for watching Canada Tried and Tested.